I would now like to introduce GRV CEO Alan Clayton to discuss the year that was, as well as the changes we had to make to ensure we continued to race through COVID. Hello and welcome, Alan, to another Victorian Virtual Greyhound Awards after what has been another very interesting year.
Yeah, look, I really wish that I could have been there in person at an event where we were actually physically talking to each other and having, little conversations about how things are going. And we've really missed that this year. So I think for all of us who, people have attended the track and those that are directly involved in the race program have been able to watch their dogs go around. But for many of us, it's been in a really interrupted year. And it's a year that where the promise of returning to the track just keeps being dangled in front of us and then taken away from us. So the frustrations that so many of us that have been passionate about watching greyhound racing, attending greyhound racing, mixing with each other, all of that's been taken away. So it has been a challenging year. Last year was a challenging year. This year is a challenging year. I think the extended environment of challenge is also taxing on us all. I do want to say that it's been a real pleasure that we've been able to keep racing, and I think sometimes we just don't realise why we've kept racing. And I think the reason we've kept racing is because we've got a group of participants, club staff, and our own GRV staff who have all contributed and worked so well together to provide a safe environment, a compliant environment, an environment where we have run our scheduled racing program as designed. And I don't think there's too many places around the world, including in Australia, that can actually say that. So we've had a full race program for the year as we designed it, and it's had some real highlights in it. But I've been really proud about the fact that we've been able to race for the year. And I think it's something that's really special. And in the years to come, you'll look back on the year of, financial year 20 and financial year 21 and say, wow, they were really difficult years. And going into financial 22, it's again a really difficult year too. So look, thank you to all. It is a heartfelt thanks that I give you today in the context of just the racing program. I think it's wonderful. It's been good for our participants who have really struggled potentially with lots of things going on in their lives. And the fact that we've been able to provide greyhound racing as a constancy, I think has been really important to you and to the dogs and to us.
Now, you've spoken about an industry from an industry point of view, but what I want to know, Alan, let's get to the racing. Are there any, even though in your position, are there any standout performances for you that you wouldn't mind highlighting to everyone at home?
Look, I secretly love some of the dogs particularly, but I tend not to go there because I am in the regulator role. So I tend not to want to be accused of playing favourites or that. So I just say that I do love watching all forms of racing. I really like the distance racing. Everyone knows I've got a soft spot for Hillsville. I just really loved Bendio's efforts this year in the context of the Pink Diamond, which I thought were really, really special and stellar as a stimulus for betting for people's popularity in punterland. For us, it was absolutely outstanding result. So look, I just think the fact that we've been able to have an extended racing program, the fact that we ran the racing program as envisaged, but we ran 26 race meetings, the fact that we had some really exciting racing during the year. You just every week there are different dogs running and you think, wow, that dog, and some of the competition that we've had with the dogs has just been absolutely special. But I think each year we've been able to proudly say that we've got a great set of dogs racing in Victoria, and that's what it's been on about. I think, for us, we are in very unusual times in that normally the second half of our financial year, it sees wagering trends drop off quite a bit. And for the first time I don't know what it was like 50 years ago, but in the first time in my time, and certainly probably for the last 10 or 15 years, we have seen wagering trends change, and they've been very, very difficult for us to predict. So it's been very difficult to understand what's going to happen with our revenue. And with that, we have conservative views about how we plan for our budget, and then find that we have to review during the year, which has been much more of an issue than we've ever experienced before. That need to actually relook at how we're going and what's actually happening with our revenue. But the revenue has been stellar. And that's in circumstances where the retail network for Tabcorp has closed down. So, and it's, has been very problematic. It opens for a little bit and then closes and things like that. So it is a really interesting time, and it's very, very volatile.
Without a doubt. Now, Alan, we've mentioned the racing side of things, the industry side of things, but what about any words for tonight's winners of awards that we're handing out?
Yeah, I think anyone that ever wins an award in greyhound racing has got to be really proud of themselves. It's an extremely competitive sport. You've got thousands of dogs competing in the program, and to be a winner means that you've been really special. And that's either as a dog or as a participant in the sport. So I look at you as winners. I look at all of our participants as winners. I really do. I think the fact that we've come through this year, we're all winners. But for those that get the special awards, I think you are, in these circumstances, it should be extra special for you. It certainly is for us. And it is funny how your mind goes back to some of the winners of the past, and how you do think about how great they were, whether it be a Fernando Bale or a Fanta Bale, or any of the dogs that we've had. It is something special. So for those people that become winners, I just say congratulations, and you're very special people.
Well, Alan, I join you in congratulating everyone and everyone's award winners, everyone who are the award winners tonight. But Alan, thank you so much for your time for our second round of Virtual Greyhound Awards.
Thank you, Molly. It's just a pleasure to be able to speak, even if, it is frustrating that we're not there in person.
Thank you very much, Alan, for your continued support. Now, coming up, we remember those who we've lost in the past 12 months. So make sure you stay tuned on GRV's Facebook page.